Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. Today we are going to have one more question on company final account. This question also contains the number of good adjustments. So try to understand. It's a very important. If you see, we have been given the balance sheet of a Jagannath company. We have been given trial balance, but before the trial balance, if you observed, we have been given authorized share capital. Then we have trial balance given. If you observed in the trial balance, see on a credit side, we will always have a two item. One that is a income and other one is a liabilities. Debit side we have two item, expenses and assets. So by going through the trial balance, you come to know how many notes in a part of or no forming part of balance sheet we need to prepare. So we have a sets of income, expenses, assets and liabilities. Below the balance sheet we have an adjustment. First, what we have to do before we go for the answer, we have to put a numbers for the adjustment on the trial balance item. So when we go through the trial balance item, we must come across this item of the trial balance is affected by this adjustment. So nothing is to be missed out when we go on for the question. A first adjustment, if you see, it's affecting the plant machinery and motor because it's for the depreciation. So we'll put one against the plant machinery and depreciation. So if you see on the debit side, you must have the plant machinery. If you see, you have plant machinery, so where we put one against the plant and machinery, and second asset was machinery, plant machinery, and second was a motor. We have a motor, we put one against the motor. Second adjustment is affecting the debtors. So if you see, you have a debtors that is affecting the second adjustment. Student, you need to check also, is there any, because this is relating to provision for doubtful debt, you need to check, is there any other item in the trial balance regarding the reserve for doubtful debt or bad debt, etc. So if you see on the debit side, there is no item relating to bad debt. Then on the credit side, you need to check, is there any reserve for doubtful debt, opening balance is given? No item appear relating to that, because your year-end adjustment would affect both current bad debt as well as opening balance of the reserve for doubtful debt. But fortunately, there is nothing given in the trial balance. Then there is a provision for taxation, it's given in the adjustment, so we have to consider it separately, we have to give the effect separately. Thereafter, interest on investment 7,500 is to be recorded, accrued interest on investment. If you see, interest on investment is given in the income side 10,000, so we have to add to this 10,000, so it's adjustment number 4 we have to write here, last item on the credit side. Next one would be affecting the underwriting commission. If you see on the debit side, there is underwriting commission 15,000. The fifth adjustment would affect this underwriting commission. 6, transfer to reserve 35,000, so it affect the reserve's opening balance, so we have to put 6 against the reserve. It also affect your P&L balance, so we have to put against the P&L balance 6th. 7th is dividend, which is paid on equity shares, so we have to see the share capital. We have share capital, that's a 7th one, which normally we have to calculate on the share capital. It affects the profit, so we have to put 7 against the profit. And on the share capital, we need to check, is there any call scenario, because we have to deduct it from the share capital in the balance sheet, but there is no call scenario on the debit side if you observe. So these are all the adjustments which we have to consider. Requirement: prepare final account of the company as per the Companies Act in the vertical form. Companies Act 2013 Schedule 3 describe the form and content of the financial statement. Whenever any company in India preparing the financial statement, what is the format of the P&L and balance sheet? What are the content in that? That is given in Schedule 3 of the Companies Act, which we have already discussed in our first lecture on the theory part. So we have to prepare balance sheet and P&L. Wherever you need have a detailed informations, we need to go for the preparing the notes. So if you observe on the debit side, so most of the item we have cover up regarding the assets. So we have to have a assets in the detail call notes on the asset side, assets and the expenses, and credit side we have the set of liabilities and income portion. If you see the income portion, there is a very few item in the income portion given in the trial balance. Most of these are liabilities. So in the balance sheet, we have to have the detailed format. So we have a balance sheet like one, we have a note for the share capital, then we have notes for the reserve surplus, we have one notes for the being a debenture, we have a if you see in the balance sheet there is a 10% debenture, so we have a long-term borrowing section, trade payable, other current liability, and short-term provision. So we have a detailed note for these items. Asset side we have a tangible fixed asset, means we have a fixed asset schedule. If at all we have an intangible asset notes, if you see there is only one item in the intangible asset, that is regarding the goodwill, there is no other item. So we have to have only one item. So we can have its intangible fixed asset where we can write directly goodwill. Even if you want, you can have the separate schedule for this also, but as it's only one item, we are not preparing the schedule. But if you want, you can have your separate schedule for the goodwill also. Investment, there is only one item, it's so we are not preparing the schedule. Inventory, trade receivable, that's the debtor. Cash, there is not much in item we are not preparing, and other current assets. Then come back to the P&L account. P&L, we have first portion is talking about the income, where major income from revenue, income from ordinary activities we are putting on the revenue from operation. Other expenses we have employee benefit expense, finance cost, depreciation, and all other following which is putting on the other expense. We have a separate schedule. That is the schedule number 11. So we have all schedules as per the list, like share capital, reserves. Then we have a long-term borrowings, other current liability, trade payables, we have a short-term provisions. Then we have fixed asset schedule where you have to have opening, addition, reduction, and closing one. Then inventories, inventory we will have a stock of raw materials, stock of WIP, stock of finished goods, loose tools, advertising stock, etc. Trade receivable, we have a debtor, bills receivable. From debtor you have to deduct the provision for doubtful debt, other current assets, and all other expenses. So this is all what is a forming part of your answer. That's balance sheet, P&L, and all notes. Now to begin with, we have to first always complete the adjustment portion so that nothing is left out. So if you start with the adjustment, first is dealing with the plant machinery and motor. Plant machinery, you have to charge depreciation, that is a 10% on the plant machinery, 5% on the motors. So how much is the plant machinery that is you are having? So if you see the plant machinery it's 450, motor it's 48,000. So we have a separate fixed asset schedule. We go to this fixed asset schedule. So first we write plant and machinery on the fixed asset schedule. Plant machinery opening balance is given to you 4,50,000. Its depreciation is 10%, so it's 45,000. So remaining amount would be 4,05,000. Similarly, we have been given the motor car. Motor car is available 48,000 and depreciation is 5%, so it's 2,400. So remaining amount is 45,600. See, we may have other fixed asset also, so you should not total of the all other column, but depreciation is only given this much, so we can have a total of depreciation. This would becomes to 47,400. What is the depreciation entry? Depreciation entry is the depreciation account debit to asset. So it is deducted from asset, depreciation charge to profit and loss account. We have a 47,400 to be debited to P&L. In the P&L account, we have separate column depreciation. So it's a 47,400. It is our expense. So we have to charge to profit and loss account. Then if we go for the next adjustment, so adjustment number 1 is taken care. Adjustment number 2, 5% bad debt reserve on the debtors. What is the amount of debtor in the balance sheet? It's 1,18,000. Debtor is 1,18,000. So now see, whatever item we are considering from the trial balance, we should have a tick mark so that nothing is to be left out. So like plant machinery we have considered, so we tick mark it. Then we already consider the motor car, so we tick mark over here. Now it's debtor 1,18,000. Debtor we have, it's a part of the debtor is a part of the trade receivable. We have a schedule number, note number 9. So we go back to note number 9. A trade receivable. So we write debtor in the trade receivable. Its amount of debtor is 1,18,000, and it is given that less provision for doubtful debt. It's at the rate, provision for doubtful debt is to be created at the rate 5%. 1,18,000 na 5%. It comes to 5,900. So if we deduct this 5,900, outer column would be 1,12,100. Now what is the entry for provision for doubtful debt? Entry would be P&L account debit to provision for doubtful debt. So P&L account we have to debit, and provision for doubtful debt we have to show it in the balance sheet as a deduction from the debtors. P&L account, where we write the P&L, it is recorded in the other asset for other expenses for which we have a separate schedule. Other expense schedule number 11. So in schedule number 11 we have to write provision for doubtful debts, that comes to 5,900. So we have deducted from the debtors and we have recorded in the list of expenses. Next is it comes to third adjustment. Like see, first we have taken care, second we have taken care. Third is provide current year provision for taxation 37,500. Friends, first you find out, is there any item in the trial balance relating to taxation? So if you observe in the trial balance, there is no, on the credit side if you see, there is no item of the taxation, and along with that if you see on the debit side also there is no item relating to taxation. There is a rent and taxes, but that's not relating to income tax. So we have to provide taxation 37,500. What is the entry would be? Entry would be P&L account debit to provision for taxation. So P&L account we have to debit means we have to charge to the profit and loss account as an expense. 37,500. So in the P&L always it would be, when we deduct all the expenses we get the when we complete the trial balance we get the profit before tax. Popularly we call it PBT. So we get PBT, from that we have to deduct tax less provision for taxation this provision for taxation comes to the amount, it's 37,500. When we deduct this 37,500, friends, we get net profit of the year. We get it last. Now provision for taxation, we have to show it in the second effect. One, deducted from the profit, the P&L account debit, and second one, it is to be shown in the next provisions. For a provision, which is schedule we are having, a provision we have, if you see on the current liabilities schedule number, note number 6, we are having for the short term provisions. So short term provision we have provision for taxation 37,500. So this is adjustment number 3 we have considered. Now it comes to adjustment number 4, accrued interest on investment 7,500. So interest on investment already on the income side 10,000, plus we have to add one more 7,500. So now income on investment total is 17,500. So in P&L account income part, it's in a heading other income, we will have interest income, that is 10,000 plus receivable that is 7,500. So total comes to 17,500. So what is the entry for the interest receivable? It is your asset and interest is your income. So entry would be interest receivable account debit to interest. Interest receivable account debit to interest. Receivable is your assets, go to balance sheet. Interest માં શું થશે પ્લસ, તો આપણે ઇન્ટરેસ્ટમાં પ્લસ કર્યું રિસીવેબલ. રિસીવેબલ તો આપણે બેલેન્સ શીટમાં કરંટ અસેટ્સમાં આવશે. આપણે કરંટ અસેટમાં ઇફ યુ સી વી હેવ અ સેપરેટ other current asset schedule number, note number 10. So we go for the note number 10 where we have other current assets. So here we have interest receivable it's 7,500. Next is, so adjustment number 4 is taken care. Next, fifth, write off 1/5 of the part of underwriting commission. So we have underwriting commission 15,000, 1/5, so 3,000 we have to write off. Now underwriting commission is normally shown in the balance sheet as a part of the other current assets. So we have other current assets schedule number 10. So there we have underwriting commission, that is we have 15,000 less write off, that is 1/5, 3,000. So outer column 12,000. Write off amount you have to charge to profit and loss account. So 3000 write off we will charge to profit and loss account. So profit and loss account we have a separate other expenses. Underwriting commission. $3,000. So this fifth adjustment is taken care, and underwriting commission also being considered. Interest on income we have in a previous adjustment we have considered. Next is transfer 35,000 to general reserve. So we have to add 35,000 to general reserve and we have to deduct from PL. So we have separate column reserves and surplus. Leave some space for the capital nature reserve. So general reserve opening balance plus current year transfer, that is 35,000. Now what is opening balance? General is opening balance 160, P&L opening balance 31,000. So general is a balance 1,60,000. And 135. So 160 plus 35, so it comes to 195. P&L balance is 31,000. Then we have a either plus or minus of current year net profit. From less we have to have transfer to general reserve, that is 35,000. Then if at all company will have a dividend, we have to deduct the dividend and then we put the things in the outer column. So we have written general reserve opening balance and P&L, so we tick over here so that it should not be missed out P&L account. So adjustment number 6 is taken care. 7, director proposed a 5% dividend on equity shares. If you see the equity shares, it comes to 10 lakh. 10 lakh na 5%, 50,000. Entry होता है P&L account debit to proposed dividend. So profit and loss account એટલે કે P&L ની balance માંથી minus થશે. Student, earlier the practice was proposed dividend છે P&L માં show થતું. એટલે કે આ P&L માંથી minus કરતા. But now the practice is as per the new requirements in schedule 3 of 2013. It is deducted in the balance of P&L in balance sheet, reserves and surplus note. So here we have to deduct less proposed dividend it is 50,000 and it is shown as a short-term provision proposed dividend 50,000. Students, never be in a hurry to total up the things. Wait, you have to total the last. Till that you should not total any of the schedule or any of the notes. Unless and until all the adjustment, all the item of trial balance not being considered, you should not total any of the things. Fine. So that adjustment number 7 is taken care. So all the adjustment has been completed. Now you have to go for the trial balance item one by one. You start with any of the side. Never go for jumping business. One item from debit side, one item from credit side. No. First, any of the item on the, like if you start with the credit side item, take first all the credit side item, then take all the debit or vice versa. We start with the credit side item. First, share capital. So share capital we have to write into separate. We have a note that is a share capital note, 10 lakh rupees, 10,000 equity shares. We have authorized share capital also. So in the share capital, we will have note number 1, share capital. First we write the authorized, then we write the issued. Authorized, it's if it's authorized share capital, it's 14,000 equity shares at the rate rupees 100. So it would be 14 lakh rupees. But being an authorized share capital, it should not be part of balance sheet, though it is disclosed in the balance sheet, not a part of balance sheet. So you put double over underlined over there so that it should not be considered in total. Issued share, it's 10,000 equity shares at the rate rupees 100 each, and it is a fully paid, so it comes to 10 lakh. Again, don't be hurry in total of the things. ઉતાવળ નહીં કરવાની, કોઈની આઈટમ રહી જશે છેલ્લે ટોટલ કરવાનો છે, એટલે ટોટલ હંમેશા છેલ્લે જ કરવાનું. So equity share capital has been written. Share capital પછી next છે debentures. 10% debenture, it's a part of long term borrowing. Long term borrowing માટે આપણે schedule 3 છે. It's 10% debentures debenture amount 1 lakh rupees. Next, after the debenture, next is loan from Jaipur 140. That is also long term loan. So schedule number 3 and note number 3. Loan from Jaipur Limited. So it is 1,40,000. Fixed deposit. You may have a question કે સર ફિક્સ ડિપોઝિટ તો આપણો ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ હોય, એની જો ડેબિટ બેલેન્સ હોય તો આપણું ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ, આ ક્રેડિટ બેલેન્સ છે મીન્સ કંપનીએ ફિક્સ ડિપોઝિટ એક્સેપ્ટ કરી છે, લોંગ ટર્મ લાયબિલિટી છે. સો ફિક્સ ડિપોઝિટ ઓલ્સો લોંગ ટર્મ બોરોવિંગ. નોટ નંબર 3. Fixed deposits, it comes to 35,000. Next, share premium or a security premium, that is a part of reserve surplus, capital nature reserve. Note number 2, reserves and surpluses. Securities premium, it comes to 15,000. After this, P&L taken care. Gross profit of the current year 3,80,000. It's a part of the revenue from operation. 3,80,000 P&L account. It's 3,80,000. After GP, next item is a provident fund, unpaid expenses, unpaid dividend. These are 3 the liabilities, and due but not payable interest on loan. These are all the liabilities, and these are all short-term liabilities. So we have to show it in the short-term liabilities. So it's called other current liabilities. We have other current liability, schedule number 5. So we go for the note number 5. Note number 4, sorry, other current liability. So there we have a provident fund. So we have a PF, that is 40,000. Now you may be wonder કે સર પીએફ એક્સપેન્સ હોઈ શકે, એક્સપેન્સ હોય તો પીએનએલ નાખવું પડે. વેરી કરેક્ટ, એક્સપેન્સ હોય તો પીએનએલ, પણ આ એક્સપેન્સ નથી. કેમ ખબર પડી? કેમ કે ક્રેડિટ બેલેન્સ, એક્સપેન્સની તો ડેબિટ બેલેન્સ, આ ક્રેડિટ છે એટલે શું છે? પીએફની લાયબિલિટી છે. દેન ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ ઓન ડિબેન્ચર outstanding interest. Now if you see in this provident fund, unpaid expenses, unpaid dividend, and interest due but not payable on loan 3,000. So we have one, first of all PF, then we have unpaid expenses, unpaid expenses, it comes to 11,000. Thereafter unpaid dividend, that comes to 10,000. Then interest, unpaid interest, that comes to 3,000. So if you observe all this item, provident fund, unpaid expenses, unpaid dividend, interest, we have considered. Creditors, current liability, we have a trade payable, that note number 4, 1 lakh rupees. Trade payable, creditors, it comes to 1 lakh. So if you observe all the items of the trial balance, we have considered no item has been left out on the credit side. Now come to debit side. Land and building, it's a fixed asset. We have a separate fixed asset schedule. 7th, we write 7th over there, land and building. So it's 7th one. That is a land and building. The land and building amount is 2,60,000. There is no depreciation on it, so you can have direct outer column 2,60,000. Next we have, after land and building, next one is stock, closing stock, balance sheet. Now we have for the closing stock, inventory separate heading, note 8. So schedule number 8, we have stock amount comes to 3,40,000. So we have stock 3,40,000. Next, after the stock, if you see next, so land building taken care, stock is taken care. Next one is cash balance 33,000. We have only one item, so we have not prepared separate one. So cash balance we write in the direct balance sheet 33,000. Then we have a goodwill, there is no adjustment on the goodwill, so we have no separate schedule for that. So goodwill comes to 2 lakh rupees. Directly we write the goodwill in the balance sheet only, that is 2 lakh rupees. So that cash balance taken care. Goodwill. Investment 217, there is no adjustment on investment, so we have no separate schedule for that. So directly investment 270 in the balance sheet. Asset side, non-current investment comes to amount is 2,17,000. So investment plan, debtors taken care. Bills receivable is a part of the trade receivable. Along with the debtor, we have to show it. So bills receivable, debtor, we have trade receivable 9. So we will have it in the note number 9. We write note number 9. We write bills receivable. It comes to 30,000. Bills receivable 30,000. Next, after the bills receivable, next item in the trial balance is tools. Tools is a part of the inventories, 14,000. So we'll show it in the inventory schedule. Inventory schedule we have, if you see 8, so we go in the 8 schedule. Inventories, that is a tools. Amount of the tool is 14,000. Then we have salaries. Next we have considered tools. We have salaries and contributions to PF. Both are employee expenses. We have separate heading, 80,000 and 18,000. In a profit and loss account, employee benefit expenses, we have salaries, that comes to 80,000. Contribution to Provident Fund, 18,000. So it comes to 98,000. So salary and contributions, debenture interest 5,000. Always you have to be careful. There is always possibility that you have some hidden adjustment on the debenture. See on the liability side, on a credit side, what is the amount of debenture? 1 lakh. 1 lakh na 10%. 10,000 interest થવું જોઈએ. આ કેટલો આપ્યો છે? 5,000. એનો મતલબ 5,000 હજી outstanding છે. So debenture is interest on debenture is our expense and it's a finance cost. So in the P&L account we have a separate heading, finance cost. So there we have interest on debenture 5,000 plus outstanding 5,000. So total comes to 10,000. What is the entry for outstanding interest on debenture? Interest account debit to outstanding interest. Interest account debit to outstanding interest. Now interest account debit, so you have to add to interest. જે આપણે એડ કર્યું. અને outstanding એટલે આપણી liability છે. Balance sheet માં liability માં it's short term liability. Next year માં pay થાય તો current liabilities. તો તમે જોશો તો આપણે current liability માટે other current liability નું છે schedule number 5. તો note number 5 માં other current liability we have outstanding interest on debenture, that is a 5,000. So that interest is taken care. Now insurance, rent furniture. This furniture is a part of the asset, but we consider later on. But insurance, rent, audit fees, and repairs. These are the four expenses we have to show it as a part of the other expenses. So we have separate schedule number and note number 11. We write all these expenses over there in note number 11. So if you see, it's insurance. So we have insurance, it's 8,000. We have audit fees, it's 10,000. We have repairs, it comes to 13,000, and it's insurance, audit fee, repairs, and one more is a rent and taxes, that is a 40,000. Then we have furniture. Furniture, we have a fixed asset schedule. So furniture we write over here. So furniture, it comes to 55,000. There is no adjustment, so we directly write in the outer column, last column, 55. So furniture, fixed assets. So if you see, insurance, rent, audit fee taken care, furniture we have written down. Debenture discount, debit balance. So debenture discount 10,000. So debenture discount 10,000. There is an adjustment. Debentures to be redeemable. If you see on when it is redeemable, it is 18. So this is our year 16, 17, 18. After 3 years it is to be written off. So, and if you see, is there any adjustment on the debenture? So there is no adjustment as such, but there is a hidden adjustment. If you see, debentures has been debentures to be redeemed on 31st December 2018. Debentures to be redeemed on 31st 2018, and there is no issue date available in the question. So if you see, this is 16, 17, 18. 3 years still to go. And the issue date of the debenture is not available. Actually, there is a mistake. It's 31st December 2019. So it's 16, 17, 18, 19. 4 years to go. So we have to write off this expenses, that is a 10,000 in over 4 years. So 10,000, 1/4, 2,500 we have to write off. Debenture discount is your deferred revenue expenditure, will be shown in the asset side. So we show in other current assets. Other non-current assets. So if you see in the other non-current asset, we have schedule number 10, note number 10. We write in the note number 10, other current assets. Debenture discount, that is 10,000 less return of 1/4, so it's 2500, so it's 7500, and this 2500 we have to write it in other expenses. Discount on debenture written off 2500, so that is 2500 we have written off. Next item in the trial balance after the debentures, it is goods in transit. Goods in transit, goods in transit is nothing but one kind of stock, because when goods is in transit, it's not been received, ownership has been established, but goods જે આપણા ગોડાઉનમાં ન પહોંચ્યું તો ownership તો organization છે, it's a asset, so it's part of the stock. 20000 we write in the stock. For stock we have a separate કયું schedule છે 8, તો note number 8 માં inventories માં we write goods in transit. Goods in transit amount is goods in transit amount comes to 20000. Next is custom deposit. We take later on. First, these two expenses we write down. That is a postage, director fee, and carriage outward. Postage, director fee, and carriage outward, all three are the part of expenses, and we have a separate note. All other expenses are forming part of note number 11. So in note number 11 we write down, we have postage and telegram, postage and telegram 4000, then director fees, comes to 20000, and carriage outward it comes to 4000. So all these expenses we have written off. Now custom deposit, debit balance, so it's our asset, other current assets, so we have to write in the other current asset note number 10. Custom deposit amount is 23000. So now we have, if you observed, debentures also taken. We have all the item of and debit side we have taken care. I'm sorry, credit side, all the items of debit side we have considered. Nothing is left out. One is the director fees. Director fees we have already written. Director fees and carriage outward, and all the adjustments are taken care. So what we need to do, we have to first total up all the schedules other than reserves and surplus, because reserves and surplus we can complete only when P&L is completed. So now first is the share capital. So share capital we have 10 lakh. So you can write in the balance sheet share capital 10 lakh. Thereafter we have Reserve surplus, we can go last. Long term borrowings, it's we have total 275. Then other current liability we have 69,000. Trade payable we have 1 lakh rupees. Then short term provisions 87,500. Then fixed asset it's 765,600. Then inventories we have 3,74,000 inventories. Trade receivables 140 to 100. Then it's other current assets. $50,000 is other current assets. And other expenses that is we have it's 1,10,400. So these are all the total. We now put all this total in the balance sheet as well as in the P&L. So in the balance sheet, note number 2, that reserve surplus we have last. Long term borrowing we have 275. Then trade payable we have 1 lakh. Current liabilities we have 69,000. And short term provisions is 87,500. Then on fixed assets we have 765,600. Then stock we have inventories, schedule number 8 we have total 374. So that is 374. Trade receivable we have 140 to 100. And other current assets it's 50,000. Now comes to profit and loss account. Total income is 397,500. Schedule number 11 expenses total 1,10,400. So it's 1 lakh 10,400. So profit before tax, it comes to 1,31,700 minus provision for taxation, so it's 94,200 is your profit, which is added to the schedule 2 current year. Note number 2, current year profit, P&L net profit 94,200. So P&L balance in outer column would be 40,200. So total 2,50,200 is your reserve surplus total, which is to be transferred to balance sheet. 2,50,200. So all the item in the balance sheet now we have recorded. So total of balance sheet comes to 17,81,700, 17,87,100. So this is your main answer, that is a balance sheet and profit and loss account, full-fledged year, and all the notes forming part of your answer. All these notes are forming part of your answer. So this is your full-fledged main answer. I hope you all must understand, and every conceptual part you understand and go through the questions. Thank you very much.